Greetings everyone, Xeridox here, and welcome back to the Giant Kitchen. First thing I want to show you is this awesome wallpaper that I just installed in the last couple of days. Took me a little bit, but basically it's just some wedges. At this time, I think that's the only way that you're really going to get a design like that, but I wasn't sure how it was going to come out, and I put this first wall together and I said, wow, that came out much better than I thought it was going to. Xeridox from the future here, and after looking at some images online of wallpaper in kitchens, specifically from the 80s and 90s, I realized that the saturation on the colors is not as much. So I made this muted color here. It's the same wallpaper, it's just got a little bit less saturation in it, a little bit less color. Now you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below about which one is your favorite, or if you've got other ideas for what the wallpaper should look like. We've also got a calendar and an old wall phone hanging here. November 1993, that's when one of my favorite games started showing up in the arcades.
Round one, fight!
Alright, and then over here we've got a junk drawer that's been started. There's just a matchbox in here at the time being, but you can jump on the matchbox and to jump out of the drawer. And then over here I have improved the sink quite a bit, made it a little more round on the edges and quite a bit more round on the inside here. This is actually a lot of wedges put together to make each one of these so it appears nice and smooth. Stay tuned, I'm going to show you what's down the drain in a bit. And over here I made a spatula and went ahead and put a new and improved plate and a cup in here so that you actually have a way to get out. And then we have some new curtains that I put in. I tried making the wrinkles and stuff that would normally run down a curtain, but every way I tried just didn't look right. With only one type of wedge in the game, it's just not possible to make that look right. So I just left it like this. I think this looks fine. And then we have a new hanging plant over here. Got some new sprouts there in the pot. And then these vines kind of run out all over the place. This one runs out over here, and it is actually possible to get to this window up here, and then you can jump on the leaf and go around and get on the plant. I'll show you that here in a bit. And just in case you accidentally fall into here, I put a button in so that you can let yourself out. And we've got a kitchen timer here, or a minute timer, an egg timer. There's different names for it, but these were common in the 80s and 90s. I am going to replace this mixing bowl because I got to looking at some of the other mixers, especially the one we have here in the house, and they have metal mixing bowls. I don't know why I made a glass one. It might have something to do that I modeled it after a blender that had a glass bowl. We got some other containers sitting back here. I don't know what they might have in them. Maybe they're cookie jars, maybe they have sugar and flour in them or something, I don't know. And then up here I've added some oatmeal, at least I hope that's supposed to look like oatmeal. We got some bowls back here as well, like some cereal bowls or something, kind of stacked in an odd way, that way you could actually get down into them, but right now you can't jump that high, so I'm gonna have to put something back in here so that you can actually get into those. And then up here we've got a sifter and a cheese grater. We've got a Ziploc bag over here, or a box for them anyway. I've done a lot of things with the table here and the chairs. The table's been completely redesigned. And these big decorative legs for both the table and the chairs. The chairs have been completely redesigned as well with the smoothed out edges. And I redid the back completely. I was going for one of these chairs like this. And I said before that I replaced the plates. I'd completely redesigned them with the wedges. Alright, and you may recognize this spawn room to a degree. It's been changed a little bit. The spawn room and the bathroom looked a lot like this, but this is the spawn room for the kitchen, actually. The only changes really, I've added those vents up there on top. And now we have an air conditioner. This room has changed a tiny bit with the flooring, and the light is inside this little glass ceiling sort of thing. I thought that looked kind of cool. Nothing really different over here, I don't believe. And then, of course, we have the model kitchen. It's not quite done since I've added the curtains and stuff. I haven't added those there, and I have no idea how in the world I would do that wallpaper out there. I'll come up with something, but... And over here we have a construction zone. You can see that there's more of the model house. And if you know how to do it, you can actually open this up and go and explore the first floor of the giant house, or the regular house. That would be what this is. Of course, you can see that the model bathroom is here. Anyway, I'll let you guys go and explore that for yourselves later if you can find the way to open it. All right, now let's get this party started. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to 0, stand over here until the light turns green, and let myself into the level. And I'm going to show you something clever I did. I left this hole here on purpose for the time being just to show you this. Now, after you've been dropped out of the spawn room, what if you find a way out of the level and you fall out? What happens then? Normally you would fall back into the spawn room, but this time you fall into this little area. And then you can just go right back down into the world without anyone ever knowing you were there. How does that work, you ask? You go ahead and fall back down through here again. That right there is actually the trapdoor from the drop room. So the real spawn room is right here above me. And what's going on here is I've got this piston over here, and the spawn pads were up there. So you spawn into the spawn room there. However, as soon as the challenge starts, the spawn pads automatically drop down into this room. So if anybody falls out of the level, they spawn back in here, and then they can just walk back out here, and no one knows that they made it oopsie. Check out these new jump pads, and all nice and pretty and everything. All of these go straight up, and I may add the angled ones in later on that I had in the bathroom, but right now I just don't see a reason for it. These are pretty good at getting you wherever you need to go. And then these launchers are super powerful. I'm going to go all the way over there. Ready? And here we go. And then we can go back again. And if you stand like over here in this corner, you'll go more towards the that part of the window right over there that I'm really wanting to get to. Let's see if I can get there. Almost. Nice thing is, it's pretty easy to just go over there and try again. The kitchen is big, but these jump pads and launchers make it a lot smaller. And then we try this again. Get over here on this corner. Oh man, I never got launched right into the plant before. It was actually supposed to launch me in over here on this other side. What usually happens is I end up getting launched over here into this corner, and then I have to run over here, jump on this leaf, and then you can go around here and get into the plant where there might be a hiding spot later on. In fact, I'm pretty sure there will be. I just don't know where it's going to be yet, and I'm not going to reveal that. Aww. You're just going to have to play the map and find out. So if you get stuck in here, oh no, I can't get out, what am I going to do? Even if you jump on the button here, you really can't. I guess you can maybe get out that way if you know how to jump, do that crouching jump that I don't know how to do very well. But I did put a button in so you could just get yourself out of there. There might be a hiding spot tied to that later on. I don't know. It is to be determined at a later time. Do these spin when you hit them? Of course they do. Will they open something? That is to be determined at a later time as well. So there are more jump pads in here. We got jump pads over here on each corner of the table, and there's another jump pad over here which you can use to get either on top of the table or on top of the fridge, and I missed it. So here's the thing, these jump pads, if you walk toward them really, really carefully, you won't get hit that far. So I want pretty much straight up. If you run toward these, you'll go quite a bit further. I landed on the blender that time. And if you just walk toward it, then you won't go quite as far. And I landed over here instead of on the blender. Here's a nice view of the kitchen from the top of the china cabinet. Thanks to Scrap Mechanics lighting for not working right. Lights over there are supposed to be on, and I'm too far away, so they're not rendering. hopefully the devs will be fixing that pretty soon. You know what? I've never been on top of the phone before. If I can get over there. Yeah, there we go. See if there's a little speaker right there. And then if you want to get on top of the fridge, it's not that hard to do. Just walk over here and try to run into this jump pad. And you should get on top of the fridge. Sometimes you might miss. The easier way to get up to that up to the fridge is using this jump pad over here next to this table corner. I find it easier to go up over here. This is supposed to be a hinge for the icebox door. And then from here you can get on top of the microwave or on top of the toaster. See if we can get to the chandelier from here. Oh, look at that. All right, I got up here. Didn't think it would be that easy. I did jump right as it shot. So that allowed me to get a little more altitude. All right, so one more thing that I need to show you guys, and that is, what about down this sink? Oh, down here. So this is the garbage disposal. The mechanics were nice enough to open up one side of it here and let us out and build this nice platform, a ramp, so that we can get down here and see what's going on. Here you can see the garbage disposal is plugged in to the wall socket over there. You got another mouse trap. Evidently there's a lot of mice in this house. Got a sink drain stopper there. Plunger in case the sink gets stopped up. Get some more spray bottles and a stack of sponges. This is supposed to be some kind of a bug killer. And then this thing is supposed to look like a paper towel roll that was in a 2-pack, and someone took one of them out and put the roll with the package kind of torn up back into the cabinet. And the torn up plastic allows for an easy way to get to the top here. There may or may not be a hiding spot up here. And then we have auto wash. That's from the Fifth Element. Some of you may have seen that.
Oh, so sorry. Oh, I forgot about the auto wash.
Auto wash.
So instead of Cascade, we have auto wash over here. I wanted that to look kind of like futuristic lettering or something. Not really too much you can do with lettering at that scale. And then instead of SOS, we have a container of oof. And then this is the same bleach or floor cleaning container that was in the bathroom. And then you can get back onto the sink level by just going up here and hitting this button. However, there's no way out of this side of the sink yet. But that's perfectly okay. If you're already down here, then you can just go down this other little hole and out this little hallway, which comes out right here at the front of the cabinet. Wow. Whoa, that was glitchy. That might be how someone ends up getting thrown out of the level, something like that. Well, here I am at exactly where I did not think I could possibly get stuck in. This is all challenge glass, so guess who's not getting out of the mixing bowl today? Let me out. Let me out. See you guys next time. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to get out of this.